Hello Libra, welcome to your October 2024 reading. I saved your reading for last because we just did your birthday reading. So let's get started right away. We have the sugar card here. The sugar card can mean many things here, Libra. It could mean pleasure, sacred sweetness, attraction. This is the number 31. 31 might mean something for you, or the number 4. Like attracts like type thing. There could be someone on your mind in that respect, or this could represent some sort of sticky situation that you find yourself in. You also have the right next to it, the groundhog spirit, and ironically enough, this is the number 31 in this deck, right? So the number 31 is jumping out. I mean, side by side, repeating numbers, the 31 or 4 might mean something to you here. It does say time to let go. There might be something that you are considering letting go of, you're being asked to let go of. Now, people in general who get the groundhog totem are often very introspective and known for their ability to see beyond the surface stuff, right? Uncover hidden truths. You might be uncovering a hidden truth this month. The attribute here is like the symbolism for a new beginning, personal growth. Using your intuition for sure. And the shadow aspects here may be asking you to try to figure out where you may be willfully blind. You may not be seeing something, and it's not because you're less than intelligent. It's because you aren't. It's almost like you don't want to see it. So that's the shadow aspect of the card, right? So it could go either way. We're right at the beginning of the reading, so let's piece this together, right? You do have the romance card here coming in reverse. And when these particular cards come in reverse, it is a good sign. It's actually a sign that romance is on your mind, right? This could be a love reading. So for those of you who are looking for, career, sorry to disappoint it. It does look that way. It looks like it's leaning that way. Romance, it is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. Number 23 here in the deck. It is in reverse. And when these cards come in reverse, this is something that's going to come to you with not much effort here, Libra. It's just going to fall in your lap. It's a situation. It's a love interest situation, whether it's good or bad, has yet to be determined. Could be a sticky situation for some of you. You have the resilience card. You may find yourself being extremely resilient. You may find your resilience this month. Something may happen to cause you to feel extremely resilient. You may be in a situation that bounces back from something, okay? You do have Persephone here. Persephone is, definitely scorpionic in nature, this card. And there's so much I can say about this, and I'm trying to keep it fairly simple. For a variety of reasons, Persephone was punished. And it was sort of a trick. She was tricked, but she was punished nonetheless by Zeus, and she was sort of damned to live 6 months in the underworld, but she was also granted 6 months of freedom in our world, and she was able to walk freely for those 6 months over the earth, and her return to our plane usually heralds the time of spring, the beginning of spring. We know that she has returned. You may feel your heart and head going in 2 different directions this month. You may feel bound to one situation here, Libra, and you find yourself attracted to yet another. This may also be someone in your circle. This reading is starting to feel extremely specific, to be honest with you. So we'll keep that in mind too. This might be very, very specific for very specific Librans. You do have the slow card here coming in reverse. So whatever was slow is going to start speeding up here, Libra. And you do have done. You have the done card, and it says completion, lesson learned. So you may be learning a lesson. You may feel, by the time this month is finished, you may feel done with the situation. I like the way this is coming together. I'm starting to form a picture. I don't know if you are, but I certainly am. So let's look at this. You have Moonlight, and this Moonlight card coming in reverse is the number 51. This breaks down into the number 6. But being that it's coming in reverse, you may go through a period of time this month where you're tired of analyzing something. You do have this performance evaluation card here, and that might have something to do with it. You may be analyzing a situation in your life. You may be analyzing someone's performance. And when I say that, it could be someone's performance within a relationship, someone's performance, someone's actions or inactions towards you. You're analyzing something, and you might get very tired of that whole thing this month. Hold on one second. I need to remove my sweatshirt. Sorry about that. I got really warm. I needed to remove that outer layer that I was wearing. So, to drive this point home here, of being perhaps almost tired by your whatever it is that's going on, and I'm sure the tarot will let us know. You have these two oracle cards. One is, it's frustration, right? I mean, this card is the epitome of someone who is just frustrated with a situation. And here we have another person who is drowning, right? Emotional. You see the water is rising. The clouds are in his brain. He is in turmoil, and the water is slowly rising. And at some point, this man will drown. So this could be two aspects of you this month, or this could be you and someone you're dealing with in a partnership situation. You do have the follow me girl boy card here, and this came in reverse. It says there's someone in your life that has a strong desire to get your attention, and it's used by men and women seeking to control and to dominate a situation. It's sort of a control domination thing, and it is in reverse. And this could be someone trying to dominate a situation or a person and failing miserably at it. Now, I don't see any bad guys in this situation so far. It could just be that someone's desperately trying to control something that seems to have gone awry. But let's get into our tarot, because I really think that'll give us most of the answers. Now, before we do that, let's do a little bit of our astrology here. You pulled the Cancer card, and this is the number 4 in this deck. And, Cancer could be highly aspected in your chart, in someone else's chart. You could be dealing with a Cancer. And there's a bunch of aspects to this, right? Because there is a solar, just so you know, for your sign, there is a solar eclipse in Libra on October 2nd. And it may be very tough to gain mental balance or clarity or make decisions. So at the very beginning of the month, you may be feeling that intensely here at Libra. But here you have the Cancer card, and on October 5th as well, October 5th, right after the eclipse, you have Mercury in Libra square Mars in Cancer, right? And it's sort of like, it's a subtle warning that you need to slow down to make decisions. See how things are speeding up. You may feel imbalanced. Your scales might be doing this, and you might be finding it very difficult to gain the clarity to make a decision. And I would say around the beginning of the month to really slow down. Take your time here. Now on October 8th, you have Venus in Scorpio, trine Mars in Cancer. And it's a great day for dates, spending time with people that you love, whether it's family or friends. That's a great day. And on October 14th, you have the Square card, right? Like, God, how do I say? Over here, you have the Square card. Hidden emotions, hidden enemies, tension, disharmony. There's something going on here, I would say, on October 14th with hidden enemies. So mark that down. If you see something fishy, avoid it. But you should absolutely take care and be on your guard, at least just for that one day. On October 24th, we have Mars in Cancer sextile Uranus in Taurus, and that is a breakthrough day. It's a solution day. So if you can hang in there, if you're a little unclear, if you're a little imbalanced this month, hang in there, because the clouds will start to part and you'll have some sort of a breakthrough. You'll figure out a solution to a long-standing problem here, Libra. Now on October 28th, you have Venus in Sagittarius square Saturn in Pisces, and you may feel a sense of disconnect on that day, but you're being guided to understand that it is temporary. It's just one day. Now, let's look at these cards here. You have Supermoon. You pulled Supermoon, and it says luminosity, intimacy, hyper awareness. Now, what's wonderful, fascinating, is on October 17th, you have a supermoon, the Hunter's Moon. It's the biggest supermoon of the entire year. Supermoons are magic, and this one is potent. And I will attach something in the description box so you could read up on supermoons in general. It's not my website, it's just an informational link. And you could set your intentions, because this, especially because it came out in your reading, you're going to be able to tap into this energy. Set your intentions. Don't waste the energy, Libra, for sure. You have here the square, right? It says competition, tension, disharmony. We talked about this. So let's look at this. You have Mercury on October 5th. You have Mercury in Libra square Mars in Cancer. Take your time with decisions. We talked about the October 5th energy. Take your time with decisions. Now, on October 14th, you have the Sun in Libra square Mars in Cancer. Keep your guard up. We talked about that's the hidden enemies card day. You just keep your guard up. All right. Don't divulge any information that could be sensitive for you. On October 22nd, you have Sun in Libra square Pluto in Capricorn. And on that day, you should try to temper any obsession you may have with winning. And we all have that tendency. And on that day, it might be at its peak, and you're being asked to temper it just a little bit. If you're competitive in nature, especially. Now, you have this medium coli card. It's the midheaven card, right? And your direction, your reputation may be on your mind this month. The direction you take, the choices you make, it will impact your future, your reputation. I think you're with the supermoon, hyper aware of this. So we'll keep that into consideration. Now let's move on to our tarot. We have the third eye card. Now the third eye card usually is an indication of, intuition, things like that. I don't know with this lineup here. This very, very strange lineups. You have your third eye card and these three characters here. 3 court cards, I might add. You have the Page of Cups. Let's see if I can get these where you could see them. You have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And with this third eye card here, I don't know. Listen, like I said, this reading may be very, very specific. And if it's not your reading, I apologize. Just check your other placements this month. But yeah, or check your birthday reading, because you'll have plenty of readings to choose from just for Libra. But for this reading, I have to tell you, it looks like there's 3 people involved. Yeah, male or female. You know that the sexes don't matter here in these general readings. But yeah, so let's start with the Page of Cups. With the Page of Cups, you have here Moon in Cancer. There's that Cancer again, right? Yeah. This is someone who could be on the immature side. Their age, yes, they could be younger for sure, but they could be literally emotionally immature. That means they could be 50, they could be 20, they could be 15, they could be any age. But their emotional availability is pretty low. They look very sweet. They look very kind. They may not be offering something that is interesting to someone with more emotional availability, right? They're not ready. They may never be ready, depending on who we're talking about here. So that's one person involved in this. Now we have another person here. We have Venus in Cancer, the Knight of Cups, a little bit older, right? And both are holding cups, by the way. Both are offering some sort of love situation. So you have someone who's a bit older, male or female. This is a mature and lasting cup, right? Definitely he presents something of value and emotional, romantic, warm. Definitely a romantic human being. Definitely someone who is more mature than this page. Then for our third party, we have the King of Pentacles. And man, you don't get any different kind of energy than that, right? This is Sun in Taurus. He could be any earth sign. He could also be a she. Please keep that in mind. Here we have the most stable king in the deck. He's grounded, he's mature, he's reliable, he has long-term potential, he has his foundation set already. He may be older, for sure, in years, or he may just simply be more mature and stable. So you have three very different people. Where you fit in here, Libra, you're going to have to insert yourself and try not to get hung up on the astrology or the sexes. Go with the energy. Are you younger, a little bit less likely to give your heart? Are you emotionally unavailable? Look in the mirror and really think. Are you the one that's in the middle somewhere where you're perfectly ready and willing and you have a solid cup to offer someone? Or are you the person with the solid, super solid foundation and has a lot to offer someone in the realm of stability, long-term stability? It could be someone you're dealing with. So being that we have this third eye, there is three people involved, and perhaps you are here looking for clarity. Perhaps someone has put you in this situation here, Libra. Perhaps you find yourself in this situation. So very fascinating. I would love to hear your backstory if this is indeed your reading. Now, this, as you know, or you may not know, I have started to add up the numbers in each column, and then I'll break it down. So if it adds up to a 16, I will break that down into a 7, right? So interestingly enough, this first column adds up to a 0. A 0. Ground zero. Perhaps with all these other cards, you're trying to make a decision. You're trying to learn a lesson. You're trying to evaluate what the heck to do. Maybe you're trying to let go of something. Maybe you're trying to figure out what to let go of. Maybe this situation is sticky and sweet at the same time. Maybe you are trying to decide between two different worlds. Maybe you're trying to exist between two different worlds and it's just becoming too much. I don't know how Cancer fits in. I think it's going to be different for all of you, but it most certainly does. It's highly aspected in this reading. Now here, let's look at mid-month. In mid-month, you have regret, repression, forgiveness. Now this could be you or someone you're dealing with that's asking for forgiveness, that has a lot of regret. This could be you, Libra, that you may be feeling a lot of regret mid-month. You may be offering someone an apology. Someone may be offering you an apology, but this is definitely here on the table. And these two cards sort of back each other up here. Now, to start out the mid-month, you have this Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is Mercury and Gemini energy. When this position on this side of the Knight comes out, he is addressing his heart. He's addressing his heart, and I would say he's addressing his heart, like on this side it would be his mind over his heart. This is his heart over his mind. He is charging in, sword drawn. The swallows that are pictured here, it portends the arrival of spring. And we talked about Persephone also heralding the arrival of spring. Spring seems to be a big deal in this reading for some reason. You do have, I don't know, it's something we spoke on. Spring, I'm going to officially say spring is a key word. Now, in the center of your reading, what all the other cards are revolving around this month is the Two of Pentacles. This is Saturn in Capricorn. New opportunities are on the horizon. Just don't miss them by trying to juggle these two things, for sure. Now, the thing is here, this may also be going with what we talked about here in your first column. This may also be you or someone in your energy trying to juggle more than one person. You may be the one being juggled. You may be the one juggling. That infinity symbol, if you look at that number 8, that infinity symbol, that tells us that it is karmic in nature. Yeah, they're energetically, the people in this picture are energetically linked. There's one person trying to balance or juggle two things. 3. Definitely 3 people involved here, if this is indeed your reading. Now, you have this leading to, ironically, the same type of energy, right? You have the Two of Swords. I mean, it is the same type of energy. This is Venus in Libra. Again, the number 2 or 3, right? We look at the number 2 for the swords, and then we count that third. We count the person as the third thing in this photo. And as you can see, she could be a he, is sitting in very turbulent waters. Someone may be trying to decide between two things here mid-month. With the apology and the regret card here, yeah, we have a lot of energy going on mid-month. There is someone apologizing. There is someone filled with regret. I don't know if someone got found out, if someone got hurt, if someone's forcing someone else to try to just make a decision. Yeah, it is definitely turbulent, to say the least. Look how dark these skies are. Look how turbulent that water is. Definitely. Now, when we add up this column and we break it down, it breaks down to a number 4, which is ruled by Uranus. And Uranus rules change, fast, sudden changes. And this slow card in reverse, we said things are going to start speeding up, right? Definitely. And you also pulled 2 number 2s here, which basically tells us that a decision needs to be made and that it may not be easy, but that is where you're at here mid-month. Okay. Now, as we, sorry about my voice, as we head towards the end of the month, you have guilt. It says sabotage. I'm not feeling sabotage, but I do feel some guilt. You know, if you had to make a decision here, perhaps somebody's feelings were hurt. If someone was found out, perhaps you feel guilty. There is some guilt here. You know, I'm not saying you should feel guilty. I'm just saying you may feel guilty. Now, here at the end of the month, you do have the 6 of Pentacles, and this is Venus in Taurus energy. And if you see all the elements on the back of his cloak, all the elements are coming together to make something happen, for you to make a proper decision or for someone else to make a proper decision. This is really good, solid energy, especially coming from all this other energy here. Now, here, this gives birth to the 6 of Swords on this side. This is Mercury and Aqua. And if you look at this side, it is different from this side, right? And on this side, you see that she could be a he, she's holding a cup, right? With those swords, she's holding one cup. She's made her decision, right? The passenger on this side holds a single cup in her lap, and she's moving forward with her guide and the ferryman. She's moving ahead with one person. She's made a decision. It's clear that going backwards is no longer an option, so she is moving forward. And remember, I said she could easily be a he. There are no genders here in general readings. So now this gives birth to the most beautiful energy of all. You have the Queen of Cups. And this is the most, you know, this is really beautiful energy, right? This is somebody coming into their own. This is Sun in Cancer. It could be any water sign. Now, was the person in the boat actually our Queen of Cups holding this cup? Could be. Regardless, the cup is now used for scrying, using her intuition to make new choices, better choices. She has arrived. And just remember, she can easily be a he. Somebody finally has made a decision. Somebody finally has arrived. Now, this could be someone in your life that was juggling 2 people and you being one of them, or it could be you trying to decide between 2 people, 2 different situations. But at the end of the month, if this is indeed your reading, it looks like you are done. Your lesson is learned. You get yourself out of this sticky situation after evaluating and perhaps, you know, going through some turbulent times. You do come to a really good aspect here. You have the, yeah, I mean, look, you do make a decision. I'm not even going to say who you chose because it really isn't telling me. It's going to tell me, it's going to be different for all of you, right? So if this were a personal reading, we could get a lot more exact, but it's going to be different for all of you. But a decision is absolutely being made here. Now, this particular column, when we add it up and break it down, it is the number 3, which is, it is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is luck, expansion. Love that. All right, that's beautiful energy. And you also pulled 2 6s here, and two sixes is positive energy amplified. Departure is indicated. You're departing. You're going into a brand new. You've completed something. You've made a decision about something. It doesn't look like it was easy. Okay. Okay. Now, in your warnings column, you do have this unity, so you have to sort of be careful who you end up choosing. There is a choice here on the table that seems quite serious, you know, and you have Mercury and Virgo here with the 9 of Pentacles in your warnings column. This card tells us to tend to our own gardens and turn inward for the best decision making. So it's a different type of meaning than it would be in your blessings column or in your actual monthly section here. And this gives birth to this 3 of Cups energy. And here it is again, right? The threes. The third eye, the 3 of Cups. This is like a third-party situation. It doesn't have to be a full-blown third-party situation. It could be you or someone else trying to make a decision, or it could literally be a love triangle. This gives birth to here as a warning, right? Toxicity. So you have to be careful who you choose here, Libra. Be careful what you choose for yourself. There is a warning here about that. This is Capricorn energy. Just don't get yourself tied and chained to a toxic situation or toxic behavior. Let's see. Let's move on to brighter and better things here. Oh, wait, before we do that, I want to interesting, right? This is your warnings column. When you add up the numbers and break them down, it breaks down to a number 9. And guess what that is? Mars energy, aggressiveness, sexuality, hot, fire. It really is. There is someone here that you are tempted by, or perhaps you are the one who is tempting someone else. But yeah, you need to really, really think about your choices here. I can tell that something is definitely seductive to you, for sure. Okay, so let's look at your blessings. You have the Courage card. Change. Change is afoot. I mean, we've seen that over and over again throughout this reading. There is a change. And courage is going to be your friend this month. You may be making a decision this month that you're going to need some amount of courage for. You may be getting yourself out of a sticky/sweet situation here, right? It is time to let go. It is something romantic. I mean, I guess this could be made into a professional reading for 1 or 2 of you, but I think for the bulk of you, this is romantic in nature. Now, along with this card here, we have Temperance, right? We have the card of Sagittarius. We have the card of the Alchemist. And she is trying to change and successfully changing one thing into another. It is a form of alchemy, what's going on this month here, Libra. It is balancing those scales, changing water into wine, for sure. And another one of your blessings are the choices. Now, normally on this side, it is a bit of confusion, right? It's a little different from this side. But this is in your blessings column. And so the little bit of confusion you are going to be feeling this month is a blessing. It's going to permit you to really make this decision and change what you need to change. You are going to have the courage and the wherewithal and the ability to change one thing into another, to move into a direction with the 6 of Swords straight into this Queen of Cups energy. And I love that your reading is ending with this card. If you hopefully, I mean, you don't have to watch the layout. It is rather boring, which is why I do it in warp speed, but you could always slow it down with that gear shift icon. The thing is, this is the last card you pulled. This is the Wish card. Wishes coming true. Beautiful, beautiful energy, right? This is the 9 of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces, the 7 of Cups, Venus and Scorpio. And we talked about the Sagittarius energy here. But yeah, wishes coming true. So it looks like a sticky situation. It looks like there is a Libra out there that was definitely in need of this reading. Let's clarify just a little bit here. So at the beginning of the month, we do have all these different energies with the you know, with the page, the knight, and that stable king. Definitely different energies here. And it says advice from a friend, dog barking, and this is upside down. So you may be getting advice that makes you a little confused at the beginning of the month. It's very possible. Here at the mid-month, you have mid-month here. Mid-month. You have fair woman. Dealings or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. This could be you, Libra, or this very well could be the third, one of the three people that are involved in this situation. Show me the end of the month here. The end of the month. You have chain of events that will affect your life. I would say so. I mean, we've talked about that, especially in the beginning, in the middle of the month. Mid-month is just so strong. The energy is just so strong about decision making and trying to change. And then at the end of the month here, you have this movement forward. Definitely a chain of events that will absolutely, positively affect your life. Here you have your warnings, and it says involvement with the law. For some of you, this is a legal situation. This could be a marriage. The gavel, when I see the gavel, it doesn't always have to be the law. It just means a judgment call. Boom. Judgment call. Making that choice. Going from the scales of justice, Libra, to the gavel of justice. Boom. Making that judgment call. Here you have pleasure with a close friend. Haha. Like that for you. Yeah, I mean, you have your wish fulfillment here. I really like the way this ended. I do. It does look like partial. It doesn't look like easy energy this month, but it definitely looks like a really happy ending. And like I said, I'm really glad that I do the cards on camera, so this way you see that it is absolutely your reading. You have how appropriate. You have the Chariot. Oh no, excuse me. You have the Wheel of Fortune, right? Beautiful. This is the Wheel of Fortune, the crossroads. In this deck, it is the crossroads. But man, how appropriate is that, right? The crossroads. And here you have air, which is your element. And what I like about this air card in this deck is that if you look at the things blowing in the air here, those are what we used to call, when we were children, wishes, right? You pick them, you blow on them, you make a wish. You scatter your wish to the universe. And you did pull the wish card as your final card. Beautiful energy. At least it ends beautiful. It looks complicated for someone. It looks like there is a lesson learned here. You have to let me know, are you the one that is making this decision as far as ending something with someone, or are you the one that was sort of forced into a situation here? You have time, and this time card says discipline. I do think time is of the essence here. I think you definitely are at the bottom of the deck. You definitely are going to, by the end of the month, things are going to speed up and you're going to make a decision. It says electricity. Electricity is definitely in the air here. Libra, for you. It's definitely an electric type feeling, especially with these cards. I see it, but it doesn't look easy. It doesn't look like easy energy, but it looks like necessary energy. Now, I did forget to tell you the last column. You know how I said we break down everything? That broke down into a number 3, and it is Jupiter, the planet of expansion again. And this is ruled by Jupiter as well. You have a lot of expansion in your blessings. So, I mean, it's over and over again in this reading for sure. Even the 9 of Cups is Jupiter and Pisces. So let's move on to your lucky numbers and your numbers in general. Okay, so your lucky numbers are 51, 31, 23, 15, 14, 4, 41, and 10. The numbers that came up in your reading the most is the number 4 and the number 6. Then when number 4s come up a lot, they're very foundational. It's a foundational layer of something. We did talk about ground zero. So from here, it's a springboard into the next timeline. With the number 6 coming up, you're moving into stability, right? Number 6 is a link to Venus. Venus is, of course, the planet of love. It's also the planet of finances for those of you who are trying to translate this into a financial reading. But I do think for most of you, it does have something to do with romance. I wish you all the luck. If you haven't looked at your birthday reading yet, I invite you to. I will see you for our creepy, deepy readings this month. Namaste.